Daily Broadside, day 932. Took my dog to the vet 2 days ago, and I'm sitting in the lobby waiting, and there's a lady back there with her little dog, and what I can only assume is her sister is sitting out in the lobby, right? Because otherwise, why would you go to the vet with like your friend or whatever? But at any rate, she starts talking to me. Oh, what a cute dog, and blah blah blah. And she looks nice, and I said, this is she. And okay, she looks nice and well behaved, and blah blah blah. And meanwhile, my dog is freaking out, just making that whining noise because it knows where it's at, you know. And so it's not 34 seconds before we're talking about her urethra infection, and I'm like, what is wrong with old people that want to just tell you about every malady and symptom they got coming out of their body? And I'm like, all right, okay, well, I hate that. Yeah, you got to cut down on the Coke and the sweet tea. That's really not going to help your urethra issues. But it's, I'm sitting there like in my head, I'm like, how did we get to this place? Like 4 minutes ago, I wasn't talking to any old ladies about their urethra tract. And now I'm talking to it doesn't make any sense. And I'll tell you this, Rye Cooter, Roy Gallagher, Dwayne Allman, there's some great slide players out there. And I really believe the more I listen to him and the more I watch how fascinating his right hand is, not to mention his left hand, Derek Trucks is the greatest slide player that's ever walked this earth. And he's like 38 or something. He's like, I remember seeing him with a burgundy Gibson SG sitting on a bed in Guitar World magazine in probably like 95, and he was like 13 then, you know. Anyway, he's amazing. He's got it going on. I was FaceTiming a good friend of mine the other day, and she had gone to see her parents because her mom's having some medical stuff going on, so she flew up to Pennsylvania, and was hanging out with them for a little bit, and she's when I FaceTimed her, she was eating, and I'm like, where are you at? She's like, I'm in the bedroom. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you eating? She's like, nothing. And I'm like, what are you eating in the bedroom? Who eats in the bedroom, right? And then she hands the camera over to a bowl of what I can only assume was Raisinets, like in an open bowl, no spoon, just an open bowl that you just dip your hand in. And I'm like, are you eating bedroom candy? And damn if she wasn't eating bedroom candy. She's laughing with a mouthful of like chocolate teeth. And I'm like, that's just about as bad as eating bathroom candy, you know? Like, who puts out Raisinets for their guests? And yes, it's your daughter, you know, but it's still your guest, you know what I mean? That's just not necessary in today's world, you know? School buses. Y'all don't have to stop on the other side of the road. Look, y'all need to learn the rules for stop signs, or stop school buses. Like, kids can't cross like a 5-lane highway, so you don't have to stop on the other side. There's times where you don't have to stop. Everybody stops, and you're like, and then you go blowing by them because it's like 2 lanes, and everybody looks at you like you've just committed the ultimate sin, and you really haven't. You've done nothing wrong. What was the other thing I was going to talk about? I saw a police car yesterday, and it said emergency 911 on like the rear fender. And you see this a lot. It's probably on 75% of police cars out there, I guess. I don't know. But I don't think it's really necessary to advertise what emergency number we need to call in the event of emergency, right? I mean, if you don't know that, you're not going to know what 911 emergency even means. And if you don't know what 911 is, maybe you've just transplanted to this country from, Madagascar or something. When would you see, is it just a reminder that, hey, if you ever need anything, just call 911, we're one step away? But everybody already knows that, Everybody knows 811 to dig, 911 for that, 411 for information. I think there's like an off-yourself hotline for like 611 or something, I don't know. But my point is, like, when you need it, what are the odds that a police car is going to be riding by to remind you what the number is? And if it was, you wouldn't need it because the police car would be there. I don't know. It's kind of weird. And I saw a car. Last, probably 4 or 5 days ago, and it had a bumper sticker on it. It was like a little Chevy Equinox or something, and it had a sticker on like the back glass, I think it was, and it said, if you wreck me when my kids are in the car, I'm gonna whoop your ass. And I thought about that for a minute, and I'm like, I bet you won't. Bet you'll try. Bet you won't. Why do women all think they can fight? And I pull up, and it's this, single mom looking thing. There's nothing wrong with single moms. I'm just saying, like, she didn't look like $1 million baby. And I have no idea what that reference means because I've never seen that movie. I think Hilary Swank dies, but I've never seen it. So I don't know if that's a good reference or not. I just know she boxes. But my point is, we all love our kids, and we'll all do a lot of things to protect our kids. But getting in a fight in an intersection because somebody accidentally hit your car. We're not talking about like intentionally ramming, okay? Now we can bump it up to the next level of whatever. But if somebody accidentally, fails to stop and runs in the back of your car, you gonna get out because your kids are in the car and whoop their ass. You're not. Why would you put that on your car? And who in the hell sold that? And that's got to be something where you could just like go to like some vinyl sticker company and just order it up custom made, because there's nobody that makes a sticker. I could probably Google it and find like a manufacturer, but like if they did sell those, right? How many of those are they selling a year? Like, because you'd have to advertise to those people, because nobody's going to be out in public and be like, oh, that's a cool bumper sticker. If we're in a crash with the kids in the car, we'll whip their ass. Let's get that. Nobody's going to do that because we're mostly a nation of civilized people, not a bunch of idiots that want to fight somebody in an intersection because you failed to yield turning left from a straight line. Like, it's dumb, right? But I digress. It made me want to just crash into the person and be like, your move, and just see what they do. And then I got to beat somebody down in an intersection just to prove that they got a dumb bumper sticker. I mean, the whole thing is cyclically, if that's a word, stupid. That's all I have to say. Get it.